Hey Talking fam, and welcome to another Talking Sports video. And the PGA this week is splitting into two tournaments. We have the Puerto Rico Open and the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Now, the difference is one of these is open, people that you can just go to it, and the other one is invitational. So this will be a pretty interesting week of golf. Let's go ahead and start off with the Puerto Rico Open. So this video will just be on Puerto Rico Open preview, while the other video will be on the Arnold Palmer preview. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started in the video. Alright, so we have the PGA predictions from the golf model that nailed 8 majors. I'm reading the CBS article. It will be take a backseat to the Arnold Palmer. There's still plenty of value on the PGA odds board. Some of the top golfers of the PGA Tour have kick-started their careers with wins in Puerto Rico. Tony Finau in 2016 and Victor Hovland in 2019. Many lower-ranked golfers will participate in the 2023 Puerto Rico Open at Grand Reserve Country Club. Nate Lashley and Ben Martin are 16-1 co-favorites in the latest Puerto Rico Open odds on the odds board. Other contenders include Akshay Bhatia, Scott Piercy, and Andrew Novak, with so many long shots near the top of the leaderboard. Let's go ahead and look at the predictions. So, one major surprise the model isn't calling for at the Open is Scott Piercy, a 4-time PGA Tour winner and one of the top favorites, stumbles this week and barely cracks the top 10. He has been struggling through the 2022-23 season, making the cut just 6 times in 13 events. He's finished tied for 50th at the Genesis Invitational in his most recent start and has not finished inside the top 30 in 7 straight tournaments. He also withdrew from the Waste Management Phoenix Open earlier this February, making him a golfer to stay away from right now. The 44-year-old has also been playing in most of the big events on the tour, so it is unlikely to grab his full attention. Another surprise is Dylan Wu. A 35-1 long shot makes a run. He has a much better chance to win it all with his odds empty, so he's a target for everyone looking for a huge play day. He played golf at Northwestern, winning 3 individual tournaments in 4 years. He turned professional following his collegiate career and has been primarily playing on the Korn Ferry Tour since then. He did win his first Korn Ferry Tour win in 2021 at the Price Cutter Charity Championship, and he also carded a tie for 31st in the 2021 U.S. Open. He finds himself in a similar situation to some of the previous winners of this tournament. Yeah, that is going to be this part of the video. Moving on to the power rankings. We have the top 10 power rankings for this tournament. At number 10, we have Scott Piercy. It's been a few years. It's easy to forget he has prevailed twice in opposite events. In 2011, Barracuda, and 2015, Barbasol. The 44-year-old is a far cry from patented stretches of hot form, but his crisp short game is a reliable product of wisdom and patience. At number 9, we have Harry Higgs. If this was a movie with a Fleetwood Mac soundtrack, then he would be holding the Crystal Trophy when the credits roll. It's a tale of touring pro coming of age and finding fandom in droves. Number 8, we have Josh Teeter, the veteran of a 218 PGA Tour, starts in his 8th career appearance and 5th consecutive at Grand Reserve. He was a one-shot runner-up here in 2020 and finished tied for 22nd in the last 2. 2 top 25s on the Korn Ferry Tour in 2023, including a tied for 19th 3 weeks ago. At number 7, we have Brandon Harkins, a former PGA Tour member, is in on a sponsor exemption. He is currently 15th on the Korn Ferry Tour points list with 4 cuts made in as many starts. His most recent was he tied for 3rd in Colombia on the 12th of February, where he tied with the Honda Classic darling Ryan Gerard. At number 6, we have Andrew Novak. All of his first top 25s on the PGA Tour were on Paspalum. This set includes a tie for 22nd in his debut last year here when he sat tied for 3rd and 4 strokes off the lead entering the finale. He added 3 top 25s this season while carving out playing time on conditional status. At number 5, we have Ryan Gerard. The momentum does reign. The Honda Classic Open qualifier parlayed the opportunity into solo 4th. The top 10 paid forward into an exemption at grade reserve. It was only 2 weeks prior when the 23-year-old placed tied for 3rd on the Corn Ferry Tour in Colombia. Dylan Wu at number 4. He has been twice a noisemaker. First, he matched a course record at Nicklaus Tournament with a 61st in round 61, round 3 of the American Express. He is fresh off a career best tied for 10th at the Honda Classic, currently 14th in GIR, and tied for 8th in proximity. His second start at the Grand Reserve. At number 3, we have Bryce Garnett. The 39-year-old assists for 6 with a tie for 20th, tie for 5, tie for 7th in the last 3 editions. Given that his lone PGA Tour title occurred on Paspalum at Corrales in 2018, he's written the book of what will be comfortable on this turf. At number 2, we have Cameron Percy. It is strange to consider that this might be his 5th major he's played in, only 2. He has been able to count on a good week at Grand Reserve. He is 8 from 9 with 4 top 25s. They include tied for 7th in his last 2 editions. At number 1, we have Nate Lashley. The only golfer in the power rankings of the 5 in the field promises a spot at the Players next week as a tie for 8th and a tie for 7th at Grand Reserve. He's also risen for a tie for 7th at Wailea and tie for 20th at Riviera this year. He is never streaky, but trends converge. Others to consider, you have Michael Kim, Harry Hall, MJ Duffy, Rafael Campos as well. You won't consider further the household names among first-time winners such as Tony Finau and Victor Hovland to understand the springboard effect that the Puerto Rico Open can have. As of Tuesday, 5 commits are currently exempt into the Players, so the Pro also is an opportunity for Nate Lashley, Max McGreevy, Scott Piercy, Austin Smotherman, and Nick Watney to sharpen their tools for the PGA Tour's flagship event. If they win, each would also qualify for the 2024 editions of the API, where there is a 2022 Pro Champion Ryan Brim competing this week. So yeah, that is going to be this. I will go and take a look at the. So all of these time zones are Central Time, so bear with me. The first tee time will be at 5:10 a.m. With Ted Potter Jr., Geoff O'Livy, Derek Ernst, Jason Bond, Daniel Chopra, and Omar Uresti. At 5:21, you have Ryan Armour, Ben Crane, Ryan Blaum, Fabian Gomez, Brian Davis, and Josh Teeter. At 5:32, you have Bill Haas, KJ Choi, Matt McGreevy, Matt Every, Parker McLaughlin, Cameron Percy. And then at 5:43, you have Jim Herman, Nate Lashley, Scott Piercy, Cody Gribble, William McGirt, and Robert Garagis. At 5:54 a.m., you have Bryce Garnett, Austin Cook, D.A. Points, Brian Stewart, Richard S. Johnson, and Hank Laboda. At 6:05 a.m., you have Scott Brown, Arjun Atwal, Andrew Novak, Michael Kim, Kevin Stagler, Cameron Beckman. At 6:16, you have Derek Langley, Carl Wan, Akshay Bhatia, Zhang Du, Brandon Matthews, and Roberto Diaz. At 6:27, you have Harry Higgs, Nico Echevarria, Noah Goodwin, and Austin Eckroyd, as well as Augusto Nunez and Brandon Harkins. At 6:38, you have Dylan Wu, Anders Albertson, Steven Stalling Jr., Brent Grant, Trevor Cohn, and Diego Sabrita. At 6:49, you have Jeff Overton, Jesse Mueller, Jerry Zuska, Ryuji Amadia, Carlos Franco, and Tim Cantwell. At 9:40 a.m., you have Martin Schreiner, J.J. Henry, DJ Trahan, Chris Stroud, Camilo Villegas, Henrik Norlander. At 9:51, you have Jonas Blitz, Wesley Bryan, Tommy Daney, St. Moon Bay, Nick Watney, George Neal as well, McNeil. 10:02, you have Son Khan, Kyle Stanley, Ricky Barnes, Grayson Murray, Red Chalmers, and Bo Van Pelt. At 10:13, you have Kevin Chappell, Sean O'Hare, Jonathan Bird, Eric Van Ruin, Richie Wierenski, Andrew Landry as well. At 10:24, you have David Hearn, Guy Boros, Ted Purdy, Jason Duffner, Eric Atsley, and S.Y. No. At 10:35, you have Scott Harrington, Paul Haley II, John Van Deerlin, MJ Duffy, Trevor Rabilo, Rafael Campos, Michael Gulick, Harry Hall, Rafael Campos ends 10:35. At 10:46, Michael Gulick, Harry Hall, Julian Etelaine, Sam Stevens, Vincent Norman, Ryan Gerard. At 10:57, you have Chad Campbell, Eric Barnes, Chris Nito, Matty Schmid, Taniel Goya, and Eduard Figueroa. 11:08, you have Kevin Roy, Carson Young, Tom Druney, Boo Weekly, Frank Littker II, Roby Halbertsberg as well. At 11:19, you have Robert Gamez, Jonathan Kay, Ben Carr, Carl Peterson, John Rollins, and Hiram Sliffa. That is the full field of this week's Puerto Rico Open. Thanks for watching, and please enjoy. Please subscribe and like down below. I would really appreciate it. See you in the next one.